Awesome! That's really great. You mean like doing the melody? Good. Cool. That's really great. Olivia, have you been practicing too? Oh, good. So we're gonna start with a couple new songs. Did you guys get the music? I don't know if I was very clear in our...
I got 9.
Okay, cool. Good, good. So we are gonna be focusing on our two main chords, our C chord and our F chord. And I thought today would be a good day since we took a couple weeks off, I thought it would be a good idea to go back and make sure that we all know how to play our two main chords. So we're going to cover that today and then hopefully learn. We're going to start with, actually we're going to start with Lucy Locket today. Do you guys have Lucy Locket? I just did that one yesterday, so it might not have been up in time. Rylan, did you guys get Lucy Locket, or just She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain? Okay, great. So we're going to start with Lucy Locket today. And our main chord for this is going to be the C major chord, which uses just one finger. Now, in the past, we've learned about 2 different kinds of C chords. We're going to start with our main C chord, which looks like this. So I want you to take your ring finger, or your third finger, 1, 2, 3, third finger, on the third space right here, on the highest string, all the way down there at the bottom. And it should sound like this. Olivia, that looks good. Rylan, can I see your chord hand? So third finger, third space, all the way there on the bottom string here. Yep, you got it. That ukulele looks great, Joe. That's so cool. I'm gonna have to come over and play it.
Yes.
Cool. So that is called C major. We've learned before to play a C7 chord, which sounds like this. Oh, cool. Excuse me. But for Lucy Locket, we're going to start with C major. Hi, Addison.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. We're just getting started with our C and F chords. And we're going to play, we're actually going to be playing Lucy Locket, which you probably remember from when we sang together all those years ago. Okay, so we've got C. Try that a couple times. Just strum it. You can strum it with your thumb.
Do we have the sheet? Do we have the paper sheet for that song?
Yeah, so that will be in the Drive folder that I shared with your mom. If you don't have the music, it's only 2 chords, and I'll tell you what the notes of the chords are when we get them. Okay, so it's going to be C major.
Do you want me to really fast? Do you want me to really fast ask my mom where they are?
If you have them, if you're able to print them out, then that would be useful. Because we have one new symbol on there that I'm going to show you guys about today. But if you can't, then that's okay too.
I think I can go without them for a tiny bit.
Okay, no problem. So we've got our C chord. Play that a couple times, and remember you can play it with your thumb or with your fingers, like this. I usually like to play with my fingers, but with your thumb is totally okay too. The great thing about the ukulele is that you can kind of play it however you want. So fingertips or thumb, they all work. Cool. So since we have a good number of people on our lesson, let's make sure everybody's muted so that we can all hear clearly. That would be great. Okay, our second chord is going to be the F chord, which there's a couple of variations on this too, but we're going to play a 1-finger F chord. We're going to try and keep it really simple. And F is going to be your first finger, on the second string in the first space. So first finger, I'm sorry, I'll go here. First finger, first space, second string. And for Addison, your notes for F are F, A, and C. You can hear that? F, A, and C. And F sounds like this. Ah, that's so nice. Yes, Rylan.
Can I tell you the tune of how I did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star at the start?
Let's get, if you don't mind, let's get started with our song, and then at the end you can show me what you've got for Twinkle Twinkle. Is that okay? Okay, cool. So grab this F chord and show me that you can do that. Olivia, have you got F? Good. Yeah, Rylan, you've got the right finger on the right space. Move it up one string and you've got it. Right on the second string. So that is the fourth string. You want to be on this string right here. One more down. You're almost there. One more down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. So make sure your fingers look just like that. All right. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see it? Or if you think you have it? Okay. And Addison, have you got F, A, and C for the F chord? F, A, C. Super duper. Now, Lucy Locket is a song that kind of just goes back and forth between C and F. So take a second. You don't have to play along with me, but we're going to be playing back and forth like this. F, C, F, and C. Just try that sort of back and forth. One or two strums each. C looks like this. F looks like this. Yeah. Good. We are using two different fingers for this song because we want to develop your ability to play with multiple fingers, and eventually you'll be able to play with all four like this chord. But for now we're doing just one finger at a time. Now Lucy Locket is a song that we're using a strumming pattern on this now. So if you look on your music, well, it's really a strumming, it's really chord patterns. So on your music we've got the chord name here, and then a little slash. Do you guys see the slash there? The slash tells us that we're going to play that same chord again. So we're going to play here, we're going to play C, C, F, F, like this. If we follow the music, it's C, C, F, F. So when you see a chord name, it'll show you the letter of the chord. And then if you play it again, if you strum it again, it'll show a slash. Okay, I want to make sure that's clear. Does anybody have a question about that? Okay. Let me play the first part. Well, it's really short. Let me play Lucy Locket. Rylan, can you go ahead and mute yourself so everybody can hear? Thank you. Let me go ahead and play through Lucy Locket. You guys can follow along with your music if you're not sure of the chords. If you are sure, then play along, and then we'll break it down here in just a minute. It's going to sound like this. We're starting on a C chord. Let me show everybody the chords. Here we go. Sounds like this. Lucy Locket lost her pocket. Kitty Fisher found it. Not a penny was there in it. Only ribbon round it. So I hope you're able to see that it's mostly the C chord right here. We're playing a lot of C, moving to F a couple of times, and then every time there's a slash over the words, we're going to play the chord on our piano or ukulele. Okay? Alright, so let's try the top line. Unless anybody has a question before we get into it. Olivia, are you just stretching or do you have a question? You're good? Or do you have a question? You're good. Okay, sorry. All right, here we go. For Addison, or if you're playing on a different instrument than ukulele, then it's just every time there's a slash, you're just going to play that chord. So on the piano, it sounds like this: C, C, F, F, C, 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 just like that. Let's try it together. I'm going to play 4 chords at a time, 4 strums. So listen to my strumming and the chords, and then repeat back. So it's going to go like this: C, C, F, F. Let's try it. C, C, F, F. Let's do that together one more time. Everybody strumming along. Ready? Go. C, C, F, F. Good. Let's get through this top line, Rylan, and then I'll answer your question, okay? Just copy my fingers. The next 4 chords are all the same chords. So grab your C chord, and we're just going to go C, 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 C. So Rylan, it's your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, the 3rd space, on the bottom string. There you go. 4 C chords all together. Here we go, guys. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 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 C. That was good. Have you got that, Addison? She's doing something. All right, let's try the entire top line. So we're going to start on the C chord, right here. Have you got that C chord, Rylan? Can't see your fingers very well. Looks like this. Rylan, I'm looking at you real quick. So make sure your finger looks like this right here. There it is. Okay, cool. Let's try the top line. I'll play it first, and then you guys can play it after me. Here we go. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, listen and repeat. C, C, F, F, C, 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 C. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, let's play. C, C, F, F, C, 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 C. And guess what? That's exactly the same pattern for the whole song. It goes C, C, F, F, C, 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 C. That same pattern repeats. So let's do line number 2. Here we go. 1, 2, everybody play. C, C, F, F, C, C, C. Again, C, C, F, F, C, C, C. 2 more times. C, C, F, F, C, C, C. Last time, here we go. C, C, F, F, C, 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 C. And that's the whole song. So let's do this. I want to check in real quick and see how everyone's doing. Give me a 1 if you're like, I don't know about that. A 2 if you think you got, oh, good. It was pretty good. And a 3 if you think you got all of it pretty well. Okay, a couple 1s and a couple 3s. Awesome. Anybody have a question about what we're looking at here? While I drink my, you guys all have your coffee, right? Everybody's got coffee? Okay, good. Woo! Yes, I see that coffee cup there. All right. Rylan, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to show you something I got for Christmas.
Okay. Is it right? Yeah. Some scissors. You got scissors.
No.
It's a watch. Are those roses on it?
Yeah.
Very nice. That's very, very nice. I like it. I don't have roses on mine. Mine's just black. Like my heart. No, my heart isn't black. Probably. Okay, let's get back to Lucy Locket. I think we can play through it while singing this time. So let's try it again. If you are getting lost on changing chords, so everybody listen up. If you're showing me a 1, if you're getting lost on changing chords, focus on the C chord. Because it's more important that you get one chord really strong all the way through, especially if the F chord is a little bit trickier. Get yourself locked into C, which looks like this. This is sort of our home chord for this song. And when we get to F, just wait to play and practice feeling the beat, okay? And then jump back in for that C chord. Are you ready, Rylan? We're gonna get started. Oh, there you are. Okay, here we go. Everybody on the C chord. Addison, are you doing okay? Super duper. I wish I could hear your piano playing, but you have to show me in a little bit later. Here we go, everybody. On C. I'm gonna sing the words, so follow along. Here we go. 1, 2, ready? Here we go. Lucy Locket lost her pocket. Kitty Fisher found it. Not a penny was there in it, only ribbon round it. And then, of course, at the end, we do a big strum. And yeah, that's the big ending. Okay, how did we do? Did we bring our 1s up to 2s? Addison's like, maybe a little bit. Cool. Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome. We're doing pretty well on time. So let's talk really quick about making sure that we are lined up. I also want to give, if you've shown me a 3 a couple times, I'm gonna take it up a notch for you too. So we've been playing F like this. This is only for if you're at level 3. If you're like, oh, this is like whatever, I can do this all day. I was like, this is too easy. Then when you play the F chord, you can actually play F like this, where you add your middle finger all the way up here. And that kind of F chord sounds like this. Good. So if you feel comfortable with that, you can add your middle finger on the top note, or you can play the one-fingered F chord. That is totally acceptable too. C and F, or C and F. All right, either way. And for Addison, your F chord is going to stay the same. It's always F, A, C. But if you feel comfortable doing just chords, then one thing you can try is rolling your chords like this. Sort of making them sort of dribble up like a inverted waterfall. Okay, cool. We have 10 minutes left. I'd like to look really, really quick at the first part of She'll Be Coming Round the Mountain. So once you could go ahead and grab that music. This has more chords in it, but don't be afraid. We're gonna take it step by step. Don't be afeared. Our theme for January is traditional. So we're doing sort of traditional songs this month, and starting with both of these are sort of classic songs. And depending on how well we or how much we progress between this week and next week, we will probably add a third song for our last lesson. There's some sort of strobing situation going over at the Miller house. I have to check the electricity there. I see what's going on. I see you. All right. So we're looking at She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. Now this song has F as our home chord. So sometimes in music, C is our home bass, sort of our home chord. C, C, C. But in other songs, our F could be our home chord, where we want to come back to. F, 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 here it is in home. So in the song, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain, our home chord is F. Alright, so go ahead and grab your F chord. The F chord is your first finger in the first space. We call this a fret. First finger in the first fret on the second string from the bottom. And if you're playing bells or piano, it will be F, A, and C. F, A, and C. All right. If you are at that level 3, you feel comfortable, you can add your middle finger up here to play the 2-fingered F chord. So Rylan, can you make sure you're muted? Or you have a question? Go ahead.
I was going to do it later, but one of them I can do.
You can do what?
I don't know if you already noticed, but on Christmas, I lost my top tooth.
Oh my goodness! Wow, what a mouth! I look like I lost a tooth, but it's just a gap in my teeth because I didn't brush my teeth when I was a kid. So everybody, y'all ought to brush y'all's teeth every day. All right, so we're on F. Let's all play this song together. It's gonna be F for a long time. So just strum this F chord with me. Show me, everybody, if you can, show me your F chord. It's either 1 finger or 2 fingers. 1 finger or 2. Olivia, I think you could probably play the 2-fingered one, if you can. Yeah, once you get it locked in there, then you can just hold on to that. Rylan, can you show me that you've got the F chord? Addison, that looked like the top of the F chord. Yeah, good job. Jill, do you think you've got it? Are you doing the 1-fingered or the 2-fingered? 1, okay, good. Cool. Let me see again, Rylan. So hold it just like this so I can see. So you need to be on the 2nd string from the bottom, Rylan. Okay, all right. So just strum along with what you have. And can you mute yourself, Rylan? Rylan? Rylan! Can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Here we go, everybody. So we're just playing the F chord, nice and easy strumming. Remember, you can strum with your thumb or with your finger. Either way. For the piano players, go back, use both of your hands if you feel comfortable, or you can just use one hand to play. Here we go. So we're on F. It's going to go like this. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Stay on F. She'll be coming round the mountain when she... And right here is where we switch to our C chord. Comes. All right, so that's the first 2 lines. It's back to our old F and C. All right, let's do that the first line one more time. And remember to follow along with the slashes for all the different strums that we're gonna do. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. That looks good, Addison. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. That's the C chord. Good. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down so far on how you're doing on those first 2 lines. Good, good. Uh-oh, you're unmuted again, Rylan. Thank you. Rylan, how'd you do? Thumbs up or down? Okay, cool. All right. So let's move on to the 3rd line where we're going to add a new chord. We only have 5 minutes left. Okay, before we get into the end of the song, next week we will spend more time on She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. So I just wanted to do the first part of this to show you how sometimes we can use F as our home chord and sometimes we use C as our home chord. to finish today, we're actually going to stop. She'll be coming around the mountain, and we'll spend more time on that next week because it has 2 new chords that you might not remember. So we'll look at that next week. For today, let's go back to Lucy Locket and finish all singing and playing along, or at least playing along, and I will sing with Lucy Locket. If you think you've got it dialed in and you're doing really well, oh, did I lose you? If you can hear me, touch your nose. Addison can hear me. Olivia can hear me. Rylan, can you hear me? She can't hear me. Oh no.
I can hear you.
Oh, if you can hear me, touch your nose. Okay, and then pick a boogie. No, don't do that. Don't. No boogie picking. That's don't do that. That's icky. Gross. All right, we're going back to Lucy Locket, and we're going to start with our home chord of C major. All right, here we go. Rylan, you unmuted one more time. Here we go, everybody. We're on Lucy Locket. 1, 2, ready, here we go. Lucy Locket lost her pocket. Kitty Fisher found it. Stand C. Not a penny was there in it, only ribbon round it. Cool. Hey, that's pretty good, you guys. It's so good to see you again and play some music together. Yeah, so this week it would be good to go through definitely Lucy Locket and to practice that motion of going back and forth between C and F. Making this sort of walking back and forth motion, or if you're using the 2-fingered F chord, you can go C, F, C, F. Getting really used to doing that is going to be really important for making sure that you can play more chords and more songs. On any instrument you have, if you can spend 10 minutes a day just doing that and playing along with that song back and forth, then you'll be able to learn more songs faster, okay? And the same goes for the piano, because I know we have a piano player here. Making that between 2 chords, making the motion, every single time you make your fingers or hands make a chord, your brain learns it a little bit better. So if you do it 10 times, then you do it 10 times, the amount of 10 times. But if you go back and forth 100 times, your brain learns it even better. So make sure you practice those 2 chords for sure this week. Next week, we are going to get into a chord called D minor, which looks like that. And I'll remind you about the C7 chord, which is really easy. So C and F, D minor, and C7 for the next song, okay? Does anybody have a question or something that they want to bring up before we're done? Rylan.
I wanted to share I only know how to start Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Okay, go ahead.